This is Point Black, coming in hard and off the card. Like I said, this is Point Black, coming in hard and off the card. And coming straight off the boulevard. That's a back of cracking their backs. We coming with that flow straight to the barrio. We coming with that heat to the motherfucking street. You know what I'm saying? Coming with that flow straight to the barrio. This is how we do. Because this is PBNN with Black. National News. The late edition. So today we see a lot of flim-flamming going on amongst the Republican Party and a lot of changes coming down the line. You know what I'm saying? So we trying to figure out, what's going on up there with my man, the Big Bear. You know what I'm saying? If you want to know what's going on up there with Papa Bear on this situation, because it's a little bit too much going on that should not be going on based on a lot of things that have been falling into play. You know what I'm saying? And if a lot of people haven't been picking up, well, PBNN Point Black National News going to be here just like your same local news. You know what I mean? Dropping them facts, because you don't have to pay attention to anything I have to say. You get your news wherever you choose to get your news is the key. You know what I'm saying? But as long as, you are getting the news that is helping you to understand what's been going on. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to jump in today, you know what I'm saying, straight on Trumpy head. You know what I'm saying? Because Trumpy my man. But if you can't pull it together, Trump, then we hoping that what we're hearing is fake news. So, today, we're looking at my man, Trumpy Love, and we got a little slam blam, thank you ma'am, joint coming on in on my man. So we want to know what's going on with this flow. You know what I'm saying? Because you tend to be the champion of the people in my ancestor joint that have been sabotaged many times over. So, we're going to look at, what's going down based on what's being said, based on it being the story of the day. You know what I'm saying? Now, we see more than 100 Republicans. This is what we're hearing that's flowing around. More than 100 Republicans, including former governors and lawmakers. Key word, lawmakers. Also, you could fit in that category, governors, because of the particular tenor and long term they may hold. You see what I'm saying? Are threatening. So we're saying 100 Republicans, including former governors and lawmakers, are threatening, from what they're saying, threatening to form a third party if the GOP does not split from Trump. So that's what's going on there with that one. So now we have more than 100 Republicans are threatening again, you know what I mean, to form their own GOP, you know what I'm saying, party, you know what I'm saying, if the GOP does not renounce Trump. The group includes former governors and members of Congress and a Bush-era cabinet secretary. How did I know that? You see, they plan to release a letter on Thursday, which I don't know if they already did, because, you know what I'm saying, I don't know if it was this Thursday or Thursday coming, tour day, you know what I'm saying, gotta say these words, you know what I'm saying, that they're going to release this letter. More than 100 Republicans say they will leave the party and form a new one if if it doesn't split from former Donald J. Trump. Mhm. The group includes former governors and lawmakers, keyword again, keywords again, plans to release a letter outlining the threats on Thursday. Mhm. The preamble, the preamble, the preamble to the statement published by the New York Times, as we see. So, now we have information coming out. Now, the New York Times say, when in our democratic republic, force of conspiracy. Keyword, because everybody like conspiracy, don't they? You know what I'm saying? A democratic and republic force of conspiracy. Division of of deportism arise. Deportism, or however the word is, speak English. Nobody have time to be going through because it's still alleged arised. You know what I'm saying? It is a pathic duty. I guess they're saying, in other words, they use it. I don't know why they use that word, but it's patriotic duty. You know what I'm saying? Of citizenship to act collectively in the defense of liberty and justice. You know what I'm saying? The powerful group, the anti-Trumpers, threatening to form a new party. You know what I'm saying? The Republicans fear it would doom the GOP and render it not politically viable. Those due to signing includes former officials, as we see, members of Congress, ambassadors, cabinet secretaries, and party chairmen. We have a little scuffle going on here. They include former Pennsylvania governor, you know what I'm saying, Tom Ridge. How did I know that? You know what I'm saying? Former Jersey governor, Christine Todd's, or whatever her name is, Todd Whitman, and former Transportation Secretary Mary Peters. All sound like crooks to me, who served under President George W. Bush. The Times and the row of reports coming in. Miles Taylor, a former Homeland Chief of Staff, who anonymously wrote a 2018 opted about resistance in Trump administration, is one of the group organizers. How did I know he would be? You see? Because these probably are the same set of Republicans who was along with the sabotage to get this vac shit going. You see what I'm saying? To put this in people. You know what I'm saying? If the GOP can't break free of a whatever the fuck that is, you know what I'm saying, or whatever cult of a personality around Donald J. Trump, you know what I'm saying, which is a unseating cult around Donald J. Trump. Then they know when, I guess they say they don't remove these certain people or the atmosphere within the GOP based on, certain things that was going on that we didn't know about, you know what I'm saying, they're saying, then they'll not only get an intra-party civil war, they'll see a breakaway movement running against them in the key race around the country. Taylor told the Insider. If I was Trump, I would say, so what? Get your little party going, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because if he's not liable for the job, then who are you guys to do any better when you are forming a coup? Mm-hmm. On acknowledgement of hearsay and alleged. I'm saying on Wednesday, House Republican voters voted to remove Representative Liz Cheney from her powerful position as the chair of the House Republican Conference after pushback against Trump and the Republican Party false claim of the 2000 presidential election. And Liz Cheney said to tell you it wasn't false. That's according to your alleged and hearsay. You have not proved that to me in any shape or form, but you have more to say coming from the Republican side. So we see a lot of garbage going on in the Republican Party. These are the people that were sitting in the Republican Party that were doing the damage and the dirt all along to sabotage and keep the Republican Party at a weak state so they can never regain office. You know what I'm saying? Same thing they did with the border plan. You know what I'm saying? So we see a lot of gobs coming down the slob, and they ain't fooling nobody. You dig? So let's take our time and see what's going on. They even jumping on my man over here, Tucker Carlson. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I like Tucker Carlson. He keep it going. That's my man, Tucker Carlson. You know what I'm saying? They said if you don't get the vaccine, the COVID vaccine, you may be an agent for Russia. But that's still alleged, and we haven't seen it yet. You know what I'm saying? Many vaccinated Americans left the realm of science, entering mass hysteria. Tucker Carlson tonight host takes a look at the vaccine passport, virus transmission, and more. You know what I'm saying? 2 days ago, a group of people in Santa Ana, California, gathered to protest against the county's new vaccine passport program. Poli- uh, Politicians, you know what I'm saying, in Orange County are building a digital database of residents who have been vaccinated against COVID-19. Not surprisingly, some criticize and they fear that the information could be used going forward to violate their privacy. And that's a point and point blank. That is true. You see? So now we're beginning to see the whole operation of the chip and ID that I spoke about in my other joints that they took down, that how they would do that. Now we see the chip and ID reforming itself, but in the same thing, just different technology. You know what I'm saying? So we see a lot of gobs going on undercover, you know what I'm saying, to many of these things. You know what I'm saying? So we have now, isn't it incredible that because of vaccines, you know what I'm saying, which I and my administration came up with years ahead of schedule. Statement by Donald Trump, end quote. You know what I'm saying? We see a lot of little slipping and sliding, and the buzz back aside, and doctors respond to those who worry about getting the vax. Yeah, it's about putting something in you, it ain't about no virus though. I don't give a damn what they say. You know what I'm saying? Those people too stupid to see that. So we leave it to each his own. You know what I mean? We see Como is still under investigation We see that going on now. We see Coma's under investigation. You know what I'm saying? He's under investigation. As we see, you know, as we see. But he has to go. This should be his last term. He had enough term. He did enough damage. And I think it's time for him to go. And that's a fact. It's time for him to go. Time for a Republican in that spot and many spots around the United States. But we have to make sure that those Republicans are not on the same accord with the Democrats because they have been doing that for years. This is why the Republican Party always seems to be lagging behind. Especially they don't care about it no way because most of it was created, whether they like it or not, by the push of the black people who died, you know what I'm saying, fighting on their feet for true justice and equal rights. You know what I'm saying? Based under the same sun and the sovereign sun and the holy sun. Not the S-O-N, but the S-U-N. You know, that give it forth life. We have been pulled in by lies. He has ramped up Mr. Como. Like at the point of the nursing homes. That is not going away in my book. And there needs to be a true investigation into that. You know what I'm saying? This is a conspiracy for sure. We need to investigate. Notice he's still saying it came in on ships and planes. Long before anyone knew it was here. How did I know he was going to use that bullshit excuse to slip out of the garbage that he had done? Luciferian facts. But the only people died was them that was in the hospital and the nursing home. But it was already here long before we knew it was. But only in the hospital and the nursing homes. You know, there you go Como again. There you go Como again. Como Romoracia. You know, there you go again. Faking the funk and new. But he knew he was a governor and a demon Democrat. You know what I'm saying? And signed to these contracts with these people. And they're gonna make sure he don't go to jail. You know what I'm saying? But he knew when it came. He knew when it came. You know? But when it came to the virus, you know what I'm saying? He tried to still say that that this is about the ships and the planes. To slide, he was going to use that excuse, in other words, what I'm trying to say, of this virus game, and it coming in on boats and ships, way ahead that we knew it was here. You know what I'm saying? Long before we knew it was here, but only in nursing homes and hospitals, and it was taking people out. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? According to him, that's a trump up because if you saw that, what would you think when you seen them dragging out bodies? Okay, now how did so many bodies get this way when it came in on a ship and a plane? You know what I'm saying? It switched over to the nursing home. So everybody in the ship and the plane went to visit nursing homes and hospitals. Or they brought it over here and then they died and then somehow you tell them to put them over here and yada 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 and all that lying ass story that you've been telling. You know what I'm saying? How did I know he was going to use that to slide out? But that's no respect to the fallen. To not investigate the matter more closely as well. Let's get that clear. So he ain't sliding out in my book because I'm watching. You know what I'm saying? Now we need to stop saying back to normal. How is it, you know what I'm saying, we must be treated for everyone so we can go back? to normal is the question. It'll never be that way. Whether you like it or not, you can say what you want. But spell point black name white, you need to do more research. It will never go back that way. That will never happen as they think. But what, excuse me, but what they need to find out, to me, is what's in them. That's what you need to find out. What's really in you? hmm Because what Fauci and Cuomo and the rest of the demon Democrats have not, you know what I mean, to me, have not, none of what the demon Democrats or any of them, even Cuomo, Fauci, who name who, has not even been proven in what they're saying yet. It is still hearsay. But in the pretense that you understand that you saw this, you did this, and then now that. You know what I'm saying? So that you already caught in the game. You see what I'm saying? They have never shown a prove it. Yet it is still hearsay. You know what I mean? And that is so called and that so called response team to me is deep state. Luciferianism, if you ask me. Como is a part of that bold plan as well. That was set forth by the Luciferians in our system of government. Same as what goes on in the Gaza. I see Biden, you know what I'm saying? I see Biden doing that overhaul on immigration. He's doing that overhaul of the immigration. You know what I'm saying? So he say, we will see, because he was the one, to me, who messed it up in the first place and have probably always been doing that. Still, you know what I'm saying? He's the one that did that, but still, you know what I'm saying? So, if he's the one that messed it up, then he should be the one to fix it. And hurry up. Well, you know what I'm saying? He should be the one to fix it. You know what I mean? It's still a point seeking, but we will see how we fix it. Because to me, it's still a point seeking. We need to take the mask off completely so we can see if a real virus do exist, because it's a state of mind and based on the way you set yourself up mentally, same as you would with Christianity. You see what I'm saying? So it was not and still not about the catching. The scheme was the put in. Now we will see what did they put in. Within a year or two, we will see what hides in the dark will come to light. That's a fact and point blank as we wait for the results. You know what I'm saying? Como seems to be a slippery snake, just like Sharon Notchman, the trickster. For real. She knows the vax was not for a virus, because if this was what it is, to get to get something, to say something, to get it based on something, you know what I'm saying, it would have been more visible, not sneakable. I hear they're trying to dump Trump from the New York City golf course, say in the Bronx. My question is to the golf course in the Bronx, you know what I'm saying, can we prove that you accused him of June 6th? Can we prove that, you know what I'm saying, before you cast blame, before you place blame and talk about blocking them from the golf course? Let's find out more information because, you know, there's a investigation going down. So we need to wait till then, and then all of us have that glorious information that we want as to what went on in June 6th and how did it get to that point. You know what I'm saying? Now I see the early rising up. I see the HR 1 law coming down. Seems to be, to me, a power grab by a radical left. It would force states to enact automatic voter registration, which has been shown to register illegal immigrants as U.S. voters, as well as allow the partisan, you know, saying operative to engage in ballot harvesting. You see, by doing this early election thing, they back with that garbage. They desperate, ain't they? They're making sure they win the next one coming up because they know they're behind might be on the line. even calling in the Republican side of the Democratic crossover motherfuckers. You see what I'm saying? They even using the Republicans on that side, calling in that favor. You know what I'm saying? To get rid of Trump. They seek to make common sense. They seem to make common sense. They seem to take and make common sense voter ID laws that's already on the books in 36 states, according to the report. You know what I'm saying? You know, here's a quote that I would like. Americans have fought, bled, and died for the right to vote. So, it's important that we honor their sacrifices by stopping bipartisan power grab. And that's a fact. In power grab, end quote. So we see Biden and Kamala, we see why now Biden and Kamala was stroking their backs. You see? So they can create, to me, a whole new voting and voter group, illegal or not, legal or not. They feel they feel they might lose the 2024 election. So the trick is that they are, to me, creating this whole new group of Latino people coming in and breeding, and then being that they stroke their back and let them in, figuring they'll vote for them come 2024. So this is where they're ensuring everything, votes, they're ensuring cheating, they're ensuring with the vax, you know what I'm saying, and people, you know what I'm saying, so they can push the button and everybody just mental go that way, you know what I'm saying, all kinds of garbage. This is not about no violence, it's about saving their ass because this is their pedophilia insurance, devil worship, want to keep doing it in our government, corrupting the world, insurance policy, and that's facts. Because they want to run the world. You know what I'm saying? But know that they fuck around the world, they will be exposed and liable to fire. So be careful, and you know, and I'm giving my disclaimer, be careful messing with the people and angering the people with your garbage and nasty-handed nastiness. Filth. Some of the nastiest things you would ever want to see in your life. You know what I'm saying? They nasty, beastly group of people. You know what I'm saying? You know, and it comes all the way down to them rappers too. You know what I'm saying? Talking about signing the contract. He got all because he got signed. You know what I'm saying? You know he signed a contract. You sound stupid to me because you're the one with the talent, not them. You know what I'm saying? Their talent only based on the fact that you came to them or you asking to be with them. You know what I'm saying? But you could form your own. There's nothing wrong with us forming our own, whether they produce it in in their medias or not. We can produce it in our hoods all across the world. You know what I'm saying? Because it's independent and it's ours. So we do need a reform, a reformation, and a reform and a re-education in hip hop and weed out the garbage Luciferian motherfuckers who just pay you some trinkets to sell your own self and your people out. You sound like a fool. Yeah. And some will say, yeah, I'm a fool with money though. All right. Well, you stay over there with them. We ain't hating on you. This ain't about that. You do as you like, to each his own. But you need to wake up past the coffee. And that's a fact. You know what I'm saying? So, we see them on the run, scared, as we see, trying every trick in the book. And that's a fact. More than 100 Republicans, like I said before, breaking news, PBNN, Point Black National News, late edition. The breaking news is more than 100 Republicans allege, you know what I'm saying, hearsay, including former governors and lawmakers. Key word. Now threatening, saying they will release on Thursday the jammy jab. Yeah, because y'all know you for the deal. You know what I'm saying? Those are the ones that have been over there for years fucking around, keeping us in the garbage, being under Democratic policy. Just because you're on the Republican side don't mean that you ain't over there sabotaging so nobody over here can make anything. Not even an independent party. You even corrupted that shit. Talk about an independent party. Independent said enough. Black people need to form the original black party. You know what I'm saying? Point facts. So this is PBN, Point Black National News, a late edition saying, keep your head up because we got to stay on their head. This one's called A Trumpy Bear, baby. So this is Point Black saying, as the General Sarah, quoting, as the General Sarah Susan said, he said, you know what I'm saying? No man proceeds his mother. Not the S-O-N, but the S-U-N is our God, and the one that keeps us alive based on the cosmic understanding of reason. So say, blessed is the woman, because the black woman is God. You know what I'm saying? So let's go, sisters, let's let that godness shine. And let's do the good job that we're supposed to do on planet Earth and straighten this up. As we wait to see what's going on between the Palestine and Israel, who both don't belong there, but fighting for monkey land, as they would put it. And got our artifacts all across the world. Anyway, now, I say, Ra, Steve, for Ra. This is PBNN, Boy Black, National News, the late edition, 1.